I'm Ben Anderson, and I'm the founder of Icelantic skis. It is my passion.
I'm Ben's mom, and we are in the home that he grew up in and where Icelantic actually got its start, right in our garage.
I dove right into it when I was 14. I was like, I'm starting it now.
The first thing I started researching was the product itself. How do you make skis?
I had designs, I was researching the construction, like what materials to use. I was researching how to make skis. I really committed to myself at that time that I was going to learn what was necessary to make it come to life. And everything that I did from that step forward was towards this one common goal.
And so he wanted both speed and stability as well as mobility in midair, and that's what got his creative wheels turning about designing a different kind of ski.
So once I kind of got a sense of how to build a ski, that's when I went out and found someone to actually teach me how to do it.
And these two brothers in Boulder, the Menkeys, they just welcomed me with open arms. I went up there and just learned the whole process. It was amazing. I really just came to the realization that I was 15. And I was like, I can't even drive yet. I went to Washington and started going to school, and it was funny. I jumped right into the design classes, first year, first semester. I wasn't doing really any of the prereqs, and every project I was doing, I was just trying to tie it into the ski company,
And this passion was just brewing in him so strongly.
It was this econ test that put me over the edge. It was the hardest I'd studied for a final in college, and the first one that I failed. And
I got that back, and I was just like, I'm done. And I walked out of the class. I didn't even stay till the end of class to hear it. I just put the paper down, I walked out of class.
Called my parents up right away and said, I'm done with this, I'm gonna come back and start the ski company. And they both just started laughing. They're like, we knew it, they were supportive from day one, which was amazing.
He was gonna drop out of school, and he just said, the time's right now. And he just said, Mom, I don't need to pay somebody to teach me, I can teach myself.
Went and got a book and just learned CAD self-taught. And then I also started going down to K2 for a little bit. That's where I got to really get a snapshot of a business in this industry, how business was done, the yearly cycle. And that's where it really just sparked. I'm like, all right, this is doable.
Pulled it off, and he moved back here and started in the garage.
Those brothers in Boulders had stopped making skis, so they had a whole shop in their backyard, and they pretty much gave it to me.
He started to get really specific that the key to why his ski was different than most skis at the time is that he went away from the conventional idea at the time that length is what gave speed and stability. He shifted the model in his mind, and he used to say surface area is king. And at the time, that was not out there.
I just kind of saw that there was a potential to introduce something to this industry that was totally different than really anything out there.
When he gets focused on something, he doesn't let up.
Building skis in the garage was crazy for me.
The thing would be build 2 or 3 pairs, take them to the mountain, ski them till they broke, and then come back and start to improve the design.
I remember just wrecking so hard at skiing, mock and full bore, and just having a ski blow up. Whether I'm ripping the binding out or just de-lambing on the mountain. So that was a crazy experience.
This press would the whole house would literally start to shake, and the lights would flicker a little, and about 20% of the time the pressing would actually finish without power going out, but a pretty vast majority of the time he'd have all that sandwiching work done, he'd have it in the press, and it'd be pressing, and the electricity would pop out, and he'd have to start all over.
It would ruin the ski, and then there would be screaming, and a few times a CD player once was thrown across the garage and broken.
It took him about 2 or 2.5 years, I think, to get a functional prototype that was proven itself to be durable, fast, stable, and mobile in the air before he had something that he felt could be commercially viable.
And then Par was the next person I called.
And called him up and helped me out coming up with a name and concept, and really just create the image for not only the product, for the business itself. So he committed, and that's kind of where it launched.
blonde in the winter with an empty head. The snow covered up the Camry, the whole house slept, drawing pictures in the bed. Waking up and racing down the stairs, trying to catch my breath was so simple. Superman, trick or treat, wet socks, bike rides in the summer to the best spots. Could've sworn I was king of the best odds, running around with the dogs in the backyard. Growing, never knowing what the past done, living life like the mystery of packed lunch. Getting whooped in the playground, scratched up, coming home after school on the last bus. Back then it was all about laughs, at the corner store for the new Fleer packs. Mine was a religion and happiness was a fact. It's a shame how the time goes past, moving so fast. It's like I'm moving at light speed. Slow down. You need to slow down every once in a while sometimes, to see how the world goes round. You need to slow down every once in a while, 'cause you don't know, you don't need to go so fast.
The reasons behind all of this year is I've painted for about, I would say, pretty heavily 6 years now, and I'm ready to like take these ideas and these concepts and take them into three-dimensional form.
Run around just for fun, doing dumb shit. I was lighting all my candles at both ends, roaring late, getting drunk with the friends. I was trying to stay positive even though I pretended it helped, 'cause at home I was lacking a happy ending for all. Saw a lot of tall trees fall in the name of an addiction my sister taught me to follow. I cracked, cleaned up and got the bags packed, and swore that I would never go back, moving so fast. It's like I'm moving at light speed. Slow down.
I truly believe that if you are creating a ski graphic for a ski graphic's sake, it'll only be a ski graphic. Create pieces of artwork that will transcend as artwork. You can apply that to skis and apply that to anything you want. Skis are just one vehicle to showcase this work.
Travis Parr, the artist. They 7th grade, they've been friends since then. Right when we moved here, they started bonding up like that.
When we showed up, all the girls were like, "You don't want to hang out with him, you don't want to hang out with him." I was like, "I think I do," and it was a good decision for sure.
They went into business as partners that 7th grade year, raising chickens.
Yeah, I mean, we thought we were going to have eggs for the whole neighborhood, but we had the chickens for about 4 months, and winter came in, and 2 months into it, no one else was taking care of the chickens but me, and I wasn't doing too good of a job. Go out there and see them pecking at ice, and finally the foxes came in and slaughtered all the chickens, but it was good while it lasted.
And that was their first business venture together, so it was all laying the groundwork for this other business idea yet to come. And then literally have become best friends and amazing business partners.
Howdy, folks! Welcome to the top of the world!
I mean, I guess the answer to your question with why Parr was just the bond that we had, and before this business, you know, just like being such good friends, knowing his talent, and then knowing that I can trust him to really take this part of the business and run with it. You know, every time that he comes with an image for me, it's 10 times better than I ever imagined.
I truly believe that's a lot of where our strength comes from, is trust and friendship.
friendship.
I think how the graphics complement the skis and their relationship. It's top-notch skis and construction shapes with top-notch graphics, and it's just like our relationship. He could just be an artist, I could just be a ski maker or whatever the hell I do, and
Great point.
but together it's just so much stronger. So, you know, it's like I think that balance between the construction and the shapes with the art is the same thing of our balance. You know, it's like we just work well together and support each other.
Do you remember how they came up with Icelantic?
You know, initially we wanted something cold feeling. And then one time we were on the phone and I just heard his girlfriend at the time in the background. She's like, "What about Icelantic?" And I was like, "What did Lindsay say?" And you know, he's like, "What did you say, Lindsay?" And she's like, "Icelantic." And it just kind of stuck from there. There's no real meaning behind the word Icelantic. That was more just like, we liked it, it felt good, and we went with it.
You know, my mind just kind of went to, okay, let's look at what this, the molecules of a snowflake actually look like on a scientific scale.
Got it. He's like, "I'm sitting here at the library reading science books." He's like, at 1 degree Celsius, and then he just reads me the definition, and it's, you know, 1 degree Celsius is the temperature at which there's the first molecular change from water to ice. So at 0 degrees it's frozen, but that first molecular change happens at 1 degree. So it just felt like a perfect catalyst to like the brand and like really, you know, focusing on this change of, you know, of matter, I guess.
He bought a business planning software, took all the data from SIA, and started to build his very first ever business plan, never having done it before.
Taking the graphics level and just taking it to a fine art level, and taking the surface area of a ski and really playing the importance on the surface area, not the size of the ski. So these two concepts were like these huge flagship ideas that we had to begin with. We invented the ski in the Arapaho National Forest in Colorado. My initial painting was an Arapaho Indian lady wearing the shawl. It had the 1 degree Celsius on it. She was part of this tribe, and doing more research with the 1 degree Celsius, I found the molecular structure of a snowflake and converted that into the graphics. So it was like this old world, new world ski graphic, where it was this Indian with the molecular structure of a snowflake snowing on top of her, kind of symbolizing our branch into the ski industry.
I'll never forget seeing that graphic for the first time. I'd never seen anything like it, so it was just awesome. It was like, hell yeah, we're on to something here. And I think that was really a solid foundation to build the brand upon. You know, it's like, of course the things we do are beautiful and cool and everything like that, but there's always a solid substance behind every decision we make.
From there, we contacted, you know, my other buddy Travis Cook, he was the one that I really worked with and brainstormed different ski shape concepts.
We're in Evergreen, Colorado, the house I grew up in. We just started becoming friends pretty much right away in high school. Ben was kind of big into the ski board world at that time. I grew up skiing and racing. Par grew up snowboarding, so we were kind of trying to combine those three different types of products.
Ben ended up moving over here, and the boys renovated a garage studio that I just built. Travis Parr graduated from art school out in California and moved back, and all of a sudden I had these three young entrepreneurs living in my garage. The company was coming together, the name was set, and the vision was there, and the excitement was growing.
Gave us the opportunity to go into this space and make it our own. It's like, all right, what do we want to build here?
Par and I were working 8 feet apart and sleeping 2 feet apart. Like we were just driven for about 3 years up there.
So this is a little chilling zone. We got artwork on the walls.
That's where me and Benny slept, side by side. This is my closet, that was his closet.
DIA executive terminal.
Yeah, the executive terminal, so very appropriate. So we just got to reclaim all this stuff. These were down from this cabin down the street.
The old Beaverbrook Lodge up the road, which was kind of a neighborhood institution, put a flyer around the neighborhood and said, anybody that wants to come take anything from the building before we tear it down. The morning that was set for this demolition, we all went up there, and they ended up tearing out some kind of fun pieces, cabinetry and doors and stuff. And so they brought all that back and spent a couple months really finishing off the inside of the studio to make it livable and give them office space. And
that following fall, we designed and produced a few samples of the Scout, the starting point for our merging of some different ski products, and definitely took people a little while to like realize what we were doing and get on board, but we launched that product.
The Snow Sports Industry Trade Show in Las Vegas. Yeah.
I don't even know how we came up with the concept of the teepee. Gosh, we were so disillusioned. You know, it's like we rolled down to Vegas with a whole ream of order forms. What a learning experience. The majority of people that walked by thought that we were selling teepees, and it was just friends. You know, that was the thing. It's like we didn't have any sort of a sales force. We had nothing. It was like, all right, let's just bring your friends to Vegas, and we went and just set up shop.
All in all, pretty successful.
Par was just out of school working on his first individual series. I'm launching Icelantic. Travis Cook was helping with the conceptualizing of the brand itself, trade show booth design, and then at the same time trying to further his architecture career. So it was really cool to have this creative space just with us three there, just working every day and working and living and just being there in our own bubble. It was an amazing experience in the brain.
I mean, they'd walk in and you could just feel the creativity happening. People would be like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? Like, Par's working on his first series as a professional artist, Travis is doing his architecture, and I'm running this ski company, and we're all coming together and putting these pieces together for a ski company. And people would come in and just be blown away with the amount of energy just radiating out of this little studio in Evergreen.
Wow. Listen to this shit.
The manufacturing side is really important to me. It's easy but tough to find a good manufacturer in this industry. There's always the potential to go to China, get it done for cheap, and really just turnkey. Let them take it and send you what you want, or hopefully what you want. That was never really an option for me. I was like, I don't want to, I really wanted to base it on quality. And then I was thinking a lot about going to Europe. They're amazing factories over there. At the same time, they're producing the majority of product for our industry. I didn't want to just send it over to Europe and be a little blip on the radar. We would have had no real direct input on the product there. It would have been send it over, get it done, hopefully get it on time, and deliver it.
Like, how cool would it be if Never Summer built our skis? Growing up in Colorado, I saw the cult following that they had created, and I'd seen all my friends just be so passionate about that brand. We just felt like it would be a perfect fit, but didn't even know if it was doable.
Do we go overseas? No way. We gotta stay in Colorado.
We needed a product to sell, and one that we trusted.
And at first they were real hesitant. They were like, we're content, we have a sustainable business. We don't know if we really want to OEM product for another brand at this point. They didn't know how their core market would react if they heard that they were making skis for another company. But the more they met us and kind of saw what we were doing and the direction we were going, they committed, and it's just turned into an amazing relationship ever since.
Here we are at the Never Summer factory. Let's go inside and check out how these skis are made.
Get so caught up when I'm in the flow. When I'm gonna land, man, I just don't know, so I just let go. And I be faithful, beats gon' guide me. Got 'em by the grateful, digging it deep, and I land on the beach, and I'm right near the sea, and I always feel free, and the breeze compel me, put me in a spell. Feel like a turtle coming out of my shell, feeling myself. Yes, indeedy, I'm exceeding expectation, all crustacean to the sea flow. See, we dance when the waves go roll. Underwater around, but I came in for. Deep in the ocean, let me explode. Civilization in Atlantis, dolphin diving, brand like a mantis. Suddenly it came to me, ooh, 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 that there's a life beneath the sea. Ooh, 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 so let the waters cover me. Ooh, 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 suddenly beneath the sea. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
fisherman's lot again. Taking my bait, I'm a fish, no fin, swimming the freshwater lakes. When it freezes over, then I skate, no breaks. California is the desert where I take my escape, my fate. Scribed on the bottom of the sea floor, make tidal waves getting grazed for my seaboard flow. Undertow, unmatched by sharks, big T. An ego collapse, fall apart, no heart, no rhythm. So I use sonar to pick up the wisdom. Freedom is the feeling when you're doing what you love for a living. Like swimming through the galleries of art that we're given. Straight through the oceanic panic, economic enemy. I wanna bend it from my swimming hole, man. I need a little more. Got shots of metaphors, Pisces on the course in a state of running hard underneath the sea.
Suddenly it came to me, ooh, 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 that there's a life beneath the sea. Ooh, 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 so let the waters cover me. Ooh, 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 suddenly beneath the sea.
Otter pop, snorkel with me. I spit it thick, hawker loogie, walk the plank, dropping with me. In the school of fish, I'm playing hooky. Fuck that, man, I'm a shark. Predator at the head of the food chain, competitor ready to do things. Got two like Noah's Ark, get it? Many say my skills are ill, electric, but my flows ain't sick quite well. Killer, yeah, I'm as slick as an oil spiller. And you got Lily liver play cool, I'm as true as the ocean is blue. Think I'm not fisherman tales, they told to you. They sea lion, soaking this. You can play the scales, but can't tune a fish. Whoa!
Suddenly it came to me, ooh, 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 that there's a life beneath the sea. Ooh, 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 so let the waters cover me. Ooh, 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 suddenly beneath the sea. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Everything I
We created the Scout the first year. Next year we created the series of skis and paintings. Entered that into ISPO again. Yep. For the Winter Hard Good of the Year award.
The first year we got like a runner-up, and they gave us the opportunity to come, and we didn't win it, but we could still come and display it. But if you display, you can't do it again, and we knew what was in the pipeline, so it was like, oh, let's hold up.
Totally figured out the reasons why we didn't. Created the whole product line, which we were way more confident about. And then we introduced that to the European ski market and won Winter Hard Good of the Year for that year, which brought us into Europe overnight.
That's what really like took it to the next level. That's when it was like, all right, we are
This is legitimate.
We have manufacturing. We have a product. We have a vision. And going to Europe was a whole nother stress. It was just a crazy adventure getting there. We missed the flight, like from Vegas. Got there, we set up, we just charged. It's the night before the first day of the show, and I stayed up all night, like jet lagged and just like antsy, and who knows, just couldn't sleep. Just relaxed enough to fall asleep, and right when that happened, my alarm went off. I was like, oh my gosh, we gotta go to the show. So we go to the show for the first day, and it was so tough, like interacting with all these foreigners, like trying to relay these crazy concepts to them, and it was so much lost translation, but they got it. But I will never forget that first day is when they did the award ceremony, and they called me up on stage to accept the award, and that's when it all caught up, and I just crashed. I got up there and started babbling. Asked me something about the design of the company, and I started talking about the surface construction, blah, 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 just like mixing all of these concepts into one sentence. Like, I remember my mom and brother were in the audience, and they're just like, what are you saying? The following day, we did a press conference. I was rested and ready to go, and I went and just nailed this press conference with the media. And afterwards, I got so many compliments. Everybody from ISPO kept coming up to like, great work today. You were so good. You were so good. I'm like, I am not normally like yesterday.
That's a learning experience.
Yeah. She came on officially when we won the ISPO award. So it was that year, and we had won that, and we knew we needed help. So that's when we called Anna up. It was like, hey Anna, she had just graduated from University of Vermont. She was back at home in Idaho Springs, like starting a restaurant up there, and it was kind of during that transition. I mean, she went to Vegas with us the first year. She'd been there helping us the whole time, and like watching it come to life. And it just was the perfect transition of like bringing her on to introduce the product to the rest of the world. She was definitely the most world-traveled of all of us, and if we would have gone there without Anna, we would have been a mess.
If we would have done anything without Anna, we would be a mess.
Director of International Sales and Marketing here at Icelantic. And I'm the only woman here, so I tend to be a little bit of the whipcracker.
She just brings this perspective to this group of men that makes us think a little bit more, like
just differently.
Definitely differently. We couldn't have done it without her, and we still can't do it without her.
First day of school, Annalise Lovely happened to meet up with him at the locker, and she had candy for sale. If anybody who knows Ben, he is a huge candy fanatic. So those two had an instant bond around their love for candy.
Well, I grew up with Ben and Par, so I've kind of been here since the beginning. I've seen Ben since he was 14 kind of have this dream of making his own skis. So I've watched him kind of go through all of his different internships and things like that in high school. I've seen him build and break hundreds of skis growing up. So I officially got involved with Icelantic in 2005. I came back from college and did a year of skiing. And one day Ben called me up to just ask if I could help him run the business, specifically the international side of things. So we kind of started there and both started cold calling shops in a little office in Idaho Springs.
It's just been an amazing piece since day one, just from the moral support and like being there at the trade shows and just like talking us through it, while in Vermont. So it was just the most natural transition to actually bring her onto the team full bore. It was like great opportunity. She studied international business. Perfect. So I was like, oh, like we need, we have this opportunity. We need someone to fill a role. We didn't have to look far.
It was really interesting separating friends and business at first. It was fun to see us argue about things, but then always come to the same and always know that we were friends first and foremost. And this business relationship is not going to affect who we are as people. So, one of the next people we brought on was Sam. Sam was he was just passionate about Icelantic. He's always just real excited to help out however he could, and it stuck. We kind of realized we couldn't do it without him after that. So it was really fun just to bring him on full time, and then, like I said, watch him transform into this whole other aspect of the business. I think we had him doing QuickBooks at first, which was not a good fit.
Jumped ship from San Diego and put the surfing career on hold. Came back to join forces with what turned out to be kind of the best move of my life. A lot of it's events and apparel, and continue to do the promotional stuff and the branding stuff, and marketing, allowing people to join us, enjoy what we are doing. I really see that as a big part of who we are and an area that I really focus on. That's one of the coolest part about the industry and about Icelantic, that you never know what you're going to get hit with on a daily basis, and also just such a great reflection of the group, because everybody is dynamic and has the ability to kind of just go with the flow. So yeah, day to day is just that, I guess, day to day.
So it's been fun to see him transition into his role, because we brought him in to do the numbers and some apparel, and through moving to First Friday, he saw the opportunity for events, and he started by just owning First Friday. He was the one going out and finding artists to showcase their artwork every month, and going and finding beer sponsors to help support First Friday, so we didn't have to have an expense with it. And then just ran the gallery during the shows. He would be the man running the show there, the responsible one. So it was a perfect platform to him to start with that, and then we've seen where it's evolved.
Sam's awesome.
Moving to the art district was a perfect opportunity for Sam to see an opportunity and jump on it.
You're like, man, we could have an art gallery and an office.
Well, the first place we looked at was Santa Fe Arts District. We were familiar with the area. Went and checked out the rest of Denver, and then we just came to the realization, was there's not a better place or area for us than the art district. We're a ski company, but we showcase artwork. That transition was perfect. We went and found a spot right on 8th and Santa Fe. It was actually the first place we looked at overall, and it was just great. It had full showroom, gallery space, 4 individual offices, which was better than we could have imagined. We also knew about First Friday, so we knew that people would be coming in and get aware of the brand, but at the same time it was on a schedule. So we knew once a month we'd open our doors to the public and bring them in and let them see what we were doing, but then the rest of the month we got to actually focus on running the ski business, which was really important. That decision to move there was probably one of the best decisions we've made. It really shaped what we were and who we were even further, and could easily portray that message to the public, from showing that the artwork, that is fine art on skis, and they come from original paintings, not just from digital graphics, to we're different. We're not just another ski company that we're going to go and set up in some weird offices in a warehouse area or whatever. We're actually going to showcase the product and ourselves in this place. It gave us the opportunity to interact directly with the consumer and to the public and tell the message directly.
Since then, that has completely transformed our business in terms of being part of community. And
at first we were a little nervous if people would come. We were a little bit off the strip, oh, I wonder if people will come to our gallery on First Fridays. That was not a problem. By 1 month or 2 months in, we were the busiest gallery on the whole block, so it was just awesome.
Now leading up to SIA, it gets a little bit crazy.
Start of the year is really at SIA, and that's the launch. That's the party. It's here's Icelantic for the next season. Are you into it? It's a consistent cycle that we do every year, but the whole direction that we go is different. So it really just starts with the concept. What is the basic idea of what we're trying to relay this year? And that's a combination of talking to PAR, talking to us as a group, seeing where we are as a business, and then kind of focusing these ideas. And when we focus them, that comes down to determining what the new theme is going to be, And for me, it's determining what the new models we are.
Trade shows are where we unveil last spring's creation.
So it's selling it to the buyers. It's every aspect just coming together to really launch this new idea and theme that we come up with every year.
The balance of wonder and structure. To the second year, join the migration. People started buying what we're doing and wanting to be a part of it. Third year is the year after we won ISPO. You know, the Warriors line from around the world, and it was like, let's go conquer. Awaken your senses, and that was just like being aware of yourself. To the, you know, the music theme, you know, tune in, you know, the concerts, that's when we started doing concerts. Tune into what we're doing, you know, like there is substance behind these. To you are an animal, and that's just empowering the people now. It's like, go out and help us, you know, you are an animal.
I was trying to take an inanimate object, like a piece of fabric, for example, and bring life to it, bring animation to it.
It's been 6 days of non-stop. It's been hands down the greatest week of my life, for sure.
It's an opportunity for us to recreate ourselves every year, and it allows all of us to kind of really wrap our heads around a new season and a fresh start. It's so refreshing, and I love, you know, crushing through the season and then getting to a point where Park can introduce me to a new kind of mindset for the following season. So.
2010-2011 season for us was really fun, and one that we got to kind of merge passions with skiing and music and kind of dive into a new support product for ourselves in allowing music to drive us through the season as far as kind of a marketing focus. So we took that concept and we kind of reached out to other people in the community and folks that we had made relationships with here in Denver, and started thinking about how we could really push the musical genres as a theme beyond the ski community into an area where we could communicate what PAR had created on skis to the masses. So we took the graphic from the Oracle and the Nomad and approached Mile High Music Fest and offered up the graphics for the official poster for the Mile High Music Fest.
With the continued success of First Friday, we just kind of opened our eyes to say, hey, you know, what other type of event or programs can we offer the public and offer the people to bring them into our business and be a part of it, starting to throw concerts.
What a great opportunity for Icelantic and us really to throw some unique and fun shows in conjunction with the trade show to really give Icelantic legs, and also just let people know that, you know, Denver's our hometown and this is our spot. The trade show moved to Denver, and the next year we threw a show in Denver. We did the Living Legends at the Ogden and just knocked it out of the park. And then the following year we did the same thing, which was last year. We did Big Boy from Outkast at the Ogden. We took the idea to the city of Denver. You know, let's do this and let's put together the first ever winter concert at Red Rocks in conjunction with the SIA trade show.
It hasn't even really hit me yet. You know, it's like, cool, yeah, we're doing the first ever winter show at Red Rocks. It'll hit me when we're there and it's happening.
It's Colorado, and I think anybody who's played Colorado can testify to how much fun it is to play shows in Colorado. This venue is, you know, it's legendary. People talk about this place in other cities. Oh, you played at Red Rocks, huh? Everybody knows this place. It's historical, it's legendary. It's on people's bucket list to go to Red Rocks once and see a show. I'm gonna go all the way there from Jersey, or I'm gonna go all the way there from Berlin to see a show, whatever. To sell out the venue is definitely validating, especially considering that, you know, I'm just a kid from a blue-collar neighborhood in South Minneapolis that raps, you know what I mean?
The funny thing about all these is there's never been one during the winter.
Maybe 6:45 in the morning time. In the 10th grade, we was tight friends, but neither of us had a driver's license. His aunt was a flight attendant, and she'd leave town with her Cadillac unattended. So we used to get tempted, that intense tendency to tend to what we wasn't meant to. We would skip out on class and shit to go visit other schools, just trying to act cool. And looking back, I have to laugh at it, cause all we did was burn up gas and flunk math, fool. But still, it was super ill. I mean, 2 teenagers in a new Seville with 1987 in the tape deck. That was a part of my life that I'll never forget. It went, the soundtrack still runs through my head. I gotta keep every single step. As old as we get, we don't forget. We won't forget, we don't forget. The soundtrack still runs through my head. I gotta keep every single step. As old as we get, we don't forget. We won't forget. And you can't tell me nothing about frontin'. We wasn't even 16 yet. Come on, jump in. Cruise control until we lose control. Max the low end out to let it bruise my soul. And God knows I should have been studying, so maybe I could grow up and be somebody. But I love the looks that the girls shot at me from the bus stop when we pulled up in that caddy. Good thing back then I had bad game. Otherwise it'd probably be a few with my last name. Better that my true love was rap. Now let it auto reverse until the bad dub snaps. Felt so right, forgot we was wrong. Sitting at a stoplight, singing along. When I look in my rearview now, what would I see if I didn't have the music in my history? Now give it to me. The soundtrack still runs through my head. I gotta keep every single step. As old as we get, we don't forget. We won't forget, we don't forget. What? The soundtrack still runs through my head. I gotta keep every single step. As old as we get, we don't forget. We won't forget, we don't forget. The soundtrack still runs through my head. I gotta keep every single step. It's
a monumental experience for all of us. There were so many moments of craziness, and then so many moments of clarity, of looking around and embracing what was going on with all of your best friends and people you've been working day and night with.
This guy right here, Sam Warren, it is his project, 100%. If you ever see him on the streets, tell him you want to come again, and we're going to make this thing annual. I swear to it! Real quickly, everybody stop what they're doing. Look around. Look at the people next to you, your family, your friends. Look at these rocks in January. And realize that tonight, we are making history. Thank y'all. Have a blast tonight. Be safe. We love you. Enjoy.
It was one of the coolest things that we've ever done, in my opinion, and certainly really cool to see a community and a state come together and kind of allow something like that to be pulled off when otherwise people said it couldn't be done. So, you know, inspiring for me, and pretty special to throw a concert in the backyard where we grew up.
We heard about Scotty through a friend, Tom Call. One of the days I got a phone call from him. He's like, you guys got to come out here. You got to meet this guy. His name's Scotty. He loves your skis. Like, I had a pair at this party and he was just in the corner hugging them all night. So we're like, and he's like, and he's a ripping skier. You got to come ski with this guy.
Sun is shining. All my friends are here. Stoked.
Travis Cook and I, we go to Alta. We roll up and all of a sudden, Scotty comes rolling up with Ashley. On their way up, they lost their skis off the top of the car. The rack went open, blew off the skis like he had lost the Solomon, and they showed up disheveled. And I remember mounting, getting Scotty on some skis, and we go up for the first run, and Travis and I were skiing behind him, and he was just ripping. And like I've never seen someone look like they're having more fun on a pair of skis ever, or make skis look more fun ever. He's keeping those. I was like, yep, for sure. So we hiked way up at Alta somewhere, and we get to the top and it was just an amazing run, untouched, deep, steep, just amazing. So we all drop in, like Travis goes, Scotty goes, I go, and we rip it. We get to the bottom and Ashley's still up there. I mean, this guy, he drops in and he's just skiing and he just starts tomahawking. Like he fell 2 to 3 times on this run, like tomahawking in the pow. Getting up, skiing some more, falling. Getting up, skiing some more, falling. And we're just like, oh my gosh, look at this guy. And he comes down and he's like, that was the funnest run I've ever done in my life. We're like, no way, That's how we initially met both of those guys.
And that was actually the first time we skied together.
They've been a lethal combo ever since. I mean, just the dream team.
The 3 best friends.
Yeah, I got on these skis and just ripped them. I loved them. I absolutely loved the performance. And yeah, everything I imagined is exactly what it was. Yeah, I'll never forget it. At the end of the day, Ben basically said, let's do this. You're sponsored, we'll get you some skis. And years later, here I am. But it's definitely a dream come true. I have to pinch myself every morning when I wake up. A year or 2 later, Ben is looking for sales reps. And so I immediately thought of Ashley, and I told Ben, I was like, this guy's a born salesman. You need to talk to him.
Right now in Denver in the demo truck. It's nice and 60 degrees out.
Found out he went to Ohio State, so I was like, oh, I like you already, He just showed up at SIA. Just shows up, he's wearing a cowboy hat, one of his classic button-up shirts, like unbuttoned to here. He's got a briefcase, and he just showed up and he was just started selling, like natural, and just slanging skis. And I just kept like recognizing it, and like I remember looking over at one time, just being like, who is this? This is that guy Ashley from Utah, from Alta. Like, where did he come from? He pretty much just said, I want to sell for you guys. I want to sell. Like, you are. He was just selling and doing an amazing job and just being passionate and himself the whole way. So after that first day, I was like, all right, we need to give you sales in Utah. You are the Utah rep, 100%. But we had to break the news to the current rep at the time.
We made the deal on a limo in Vegas. So it was a trip. We had that picture just like shaking hands. God, moving to Denver,
Folks gravitate towards it not only for the skis and the art, but for the vibe that we were bringing with it.
Got to run the road for like 3 months straight, like charging around. They hit like 80 resorts and it was crazy. Just
get the demo skis. We're gonna get in the Jeep. It's gonna be sweet. So we have about 25 pairs of skis, a tent, a table, Scotty, me, and Thor in this Jeep. That was just the biggest junk show you've ever seen. There was a little bit of a method to the madness. It was the best. It was incredible how well the customer responded, but the shops, we were having so much resistance, thinking we're one of these small companies that they're probably not going to be around next year. And every year, we just kept coming back and back and back, and finally got a lot of traction in that area in Utah. And one of my favorite things is going back to some of these resorts where we had done demos, 6 years ago, 7 years ago almost, and seeing folks that we met on those trips, and that's been just incredible. And folks are, they have the skis, they're telling all their friends, all their buddies are on the skis, and it's wild to see how it's just blossomed.
It was like, what are we going to do to really differentiate ourselves as a business? And the number one thing that we could think of, is like, we're not going to go out and, assign the best riders and, make it real rider based and a bunch of hype and, You know, I look at some of our top competitors, they've done that, and they've done a tremendous job doing it. There's only so much room, especially in a stagnant market, for that approach, and it just wasn't us. The one thing that we're going to do to really differentiate us as a brand is to take a personal approach.
People want to be a part of something, and it's been really fun to open our doors to that idea, literally, and watch the range of people that it's attracted. You know, it's everything from 13-year-old kids that come in to 70-year-old women, and everything in between. All we've done is been ourselves. You know, it's
had
really
a good time along the way.
And had a damn good time, and continued to learn and grow. The idea to move to the Santa Fe Art District and in the gallery, taking a gallery approach, really solidified and gave us an outlet to make that happen.
So Mike Arts and Frank Phillips, they own the Public Works. The concept of this building of Battery 621 has been a dream of Mike's for 15 years or something. Mike came to us when we were at the old space with this proposal.
Creating this real cool, open community building.
And asked if we wanted to be a part of it. Ben and I immediately said yes. It's definitely been one of the best moves we've made. I mean, I think it just follows our evolution very naturally, because now we're surrounded by all these awesome, young, innovative, creative companies here that we are just like always synergizing with all the time. Tons of really good energy here, a lot of progressions happening. We have all of the artwork displayed and along with like a little story, so you can kind of follow it around. Mostly what we do here is operations. It's kind of our headquarters, and then we have a warehouse in our factories just a little bit east of here.
By far the thing that I'm most proud about is the team.
You know, it's like, when I look at everyone here, it's like we're crazy, we're passionate, we're all doing our thing, and then Chris is like level-headed, questioning everything we do. Is just perfect fit, like the perfect complement to what we're doing.
Operations manager at Icelantic Skis. I saw Ashley's job posting, he was looking for an intern.
Walked in there and I was just kind of like, whoa, what's going on? I was like, there's skis on the wall, there's artwork, there's dogs running around. I was just kind of like, what's going on here?
Once I actually got on the skis, I remember the first time, and I got on the Sham, and I was like, they'd done their homework. The skis perform way better than they look. So after that, I was pretty much sold. Gave them all like a proposal for employment. It was like this big like 8-page thing. I was like, this is where you're at. This is where you need to be. This is what I can bring to the table.
It was the best decision we've almost ever made. You know, like he's owning the numbers. He's just a really integral piece to the structure of the business.
He was so different than all of us, you know, very structured, pretty clean cut, great skier, you know, so that was awesome. And we brought him into this community and he thrived. He voiced his opinion extremely well. He's well thought out. He questions almost everything that we do, which is much needed.
Without him right now, like, we absolutely wouldn't be able to survive.
And then there was Dustin. Dustin flew in from New York to do an interview for an unpaid internship. Shows up and he's got a suit on.
I want to be a cowboy, I want to move west, manifest destiny, my life. I had this opportunity to be an intern and thought, you know, what could go wrong? And 2 years later, here I am.
You could tell he had a huge heart and he dug in and worked. You know, like halfway through the year I made him his business cards and it just said, Bustin' Dustin, sales and demo extraordinaire, you know? Like he just grinding, just go, 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 go.
It's been fun, just building on the family, you know? It's never a dull moment.
My name is Jonathan Mueller. Ran into a guy named Ben Anderson who sold a pair of keepers. Just that season, I ended up getting out of the shower one day and I followed Icelantic on Twitter as soon as I bought my skis and got out of the shower and saw they were like, oh, we need one more intern. I got to do this. They ended up bringing me on last December as an intern. In the spring, they were like, yeah, dude, we want you to stay on. Saw a need for customer service area and just kind of went from there.
Having him own customer service and be the face of the gallery and also on the retail side is it's exciting.
We had so many different opportunities come to us this year and we ended up jumping on a few big ones which are pretty exciting to see come to life. First was opening headquarters in Europe. That's a huge undertaking that Anna has kind of owned. We successfully opened a headquarters about an hour outside of Zurich. The next opportunity that we had that we jumped on was we started a new boot company, so which is still shocking for me to really get a grip on. But at first I was like, I don't know, you know, we're pretty good, we're selling skis and we got to focus on that. But then they sent me a sample and I got on them and they were amazing. And we just saw an opportunity and decided to jump on it. When I look at, a down economy, it's really an opportunity. We weren't focusing on the negative side of it. We kept looking at what we were doing, staying true to our core values, and accelerated out of it. We've had rapid growth over the last 3 years, beyond most in the industry. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot less cash flow, people were losing their jobs, budgets were being cut, everything like that, but people still valued the skiing experience to invest in it. It's really just about creating a community. We did that really organically, from day one to where we are now. We are locally made, made here in the USA. We're a group of young and passionate individuals running the business, and we were accepting to bringing them into the community. We've started to see the quality of the individuals that are being attracted to what we're doing.
They're drawn in. It's the same experience that I had, that you had, that all of us had when we first rode an Icelantic ski, or even saw one. I fell in love with the ski the first time I saw it. Our success and our growth can very much be attributed to people that have helped us along the way.
The good part about being in the ski industry with all this is we're dealing with a passionate consumer. That's why I love this industry. We give people an outlet to be happy.
We always knew that Icelantic was going to be a different type of brand.
My goal is to create a platform for people to create. And if we can give these people an opportunity to, be themselves, create, build something that they believe in, it's an unstoppable force.
When I look at the Icelantic brand, it's being made here in the US, it's the team that are running it, and then the artwork on the skis. It's like all three pieces. That is the strongest part of the Icelantic brand, hands down.
We're at the warehouse, gonna go check on the new inventory.
To me it seems you've lost your steam it seems you've lost it. Demons haunt your thinking, freedom gone and all exhausted, dreaming dreams of fortune. All your deeds are all impromptu, not in sync with laws and warnings never heeded. While you blot them, marching forth and choosing what to keep and leave consistently. You're falling, all or nothing, please I'll tweak it out. I think I'm onto something now. You're beat to pieces, and the parts are busted. All your greatest thinking got you sinking in the rotten gutter. Now it's nothing left but everything to gain, no options. So you walk the narrow steps to the domains that have been calling. Soldier, all of the resistance kept you out from what is within. If you follow it, it rises from inside you, up and over, all in.
Spend half my life on a search for nothing. I came up with something, it's on again. I found myself by the river and jumped in. It's all or nothing, gotta be all in. Be all in, gotta be all in. Be all in, yeah, it's all or nothing. Be all in, gotta be all in. Be all in, yeah, it's all or nothing.
The thing that I really realized from looking at the business, from the idea when I was 14 to where we've grown it today and the team that we've built around this, is that it's only just begun.
It's all or nothing, baby. It's never ever maybe. You think I might be crazy, but I gotta be all in. It's all or nothing, baby. It's never ever maybe. You think I might be crazy, but I gotta be all in.
It's all or nothing, baby. It's never ever maybe. You think I might be crazy, but I gotta be all in. It's all or nothing, baby. It's never ever maybe. You think I might be crazy, but I gotta be all in. Spend half my life on a search for nothing. I came up with something. It's all
a lot of cries, far yells, and I just process it all.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
Or I just moved to Texas. Yeah, I moved to Texas.
And then another big thing is he had not worked a lot with fiberglass before, and was not aware that when you're working with fiberglass, if your skin is not all really covered well, fiberglass will wreak havoc on your skin.
First of all, I was allergic to fiberglass. I didn't know that. I mean, I'd make skis and I'd just like break out, so intensely.
For anybody who hasn't ever had that happen, it's like having hundreds of splinters everywhere, and it just itches to the point where you can barely stand it. Well, it so happened we had a big snowstorm move in that day. We got 7 feet of snow and we lost our power for 7 days. And he's stranded in here. We lost our pump, so we didn't have running water. And he had all this itching, and the only thing that would give him relief was a hot bath.
And like watching the way that all these ski films were going was really frustrating to me, and I saw very few people out there making something of real substance that wasn't just the next version of last year's film every year. And I didn't want it to be about the skiers broing out in front of the camera and have it just be about that. I really wanted to find something that was worthwhile, and if anything else, I wanted to be able to show it to a different audience. But let's let more people in and let more people understand what this is, because it's a bigger concept than just skis.
Scotty is my captain, and a damn good one.
This is Scott. Hello, this is Scott.
Yeah, that was a good transition to Anna though, right there, that we just did, I think.
And I called the office, and John answered the phone, and it was like the most professional but genuine answer I think I've ever heard in my life. And I was like, is Anna there? You know, and they give me Anna, and Anna gets the phone. The first thing I say, I'm like, who just answered that phone? You know, I'm like, it was amazing. I was like, call the gallery right now. You know, it was great. I love that you're tweeting naked. You know, so. And I'm not gonna lie, I probably didn't talk to Dustin for like the first 2 to 3 months.
Chris works like a machine from the future.
This isn't what the backstage really looks like. This is just a corner. There's a normal backstage stuff. There's couches and TVs and hookers and cocaine.
We just knew to do whatever we knew what to do, and just continue to go and do, move, and smile, and laugh, and love each other, and support each other, and go.
Every single person who's involved inspires me in so many different ways on a daily basis. Look at the cast of characters involved, and it's extremely dynamic, inspirational, talented, educated, fun, funny, creative family.